Hi, everybody. Welcome to Legal Talk Tuesday here with MyVirtual.Lawyer. You've probably heard me talk about my favorite things before if you're a regular listener to our talks on Tuesday. Yes, I'm a divorce attorney, and I love helping people get through the court system without all the drama and the expense. But my favorite things to do involve helping children and families who want to help children. That makes my favorite things to do helping people either adopt a child or get guardianship of a child. So let's talk about guardianship today. What do we need to know about a guardianship? What is a guardianship? You may hear friends or family members talking about needing custody of either a minor child or an elderly parent. What they really mean is that they need a guardianship. Guardianship is gives that person the ability to make legal decisions on behalf of someone who is determined incapacitated for a variety of reasons. That could be because they're under 18, or it's an adult who's unable to make important decisions for themselves, either due to dementia, lack of capacity, that kind of thing. So unlike adoption, a guardianship isn't necessarily permanent. Sometimes it's the first step into the adoption process, just kind of feeling out whether or not it needs to be permanent. Even though in the court system your documents are going to say permanent guardianship, it's still not really permanent because you have to do regular check-ins with the court. So it can be used for 1 year, for 10 years, but generally it's used until the person is no longer incapacitated. So that could be until they're 18. It could be until that elderly parent, passes away. But we see this kind of more often, like I said, when an elderly person has dementia, an adult may have mental disability or brain injury, or a minor child's parent abuses substances and someone in the family maybe needs to take care of the child. With a guardianship in any of these situations, you can make healthcare, school, living, and sometimes financial decisions on the person's behalf and for the benefit of that particular person. So if you have guardianship of your grandchild because the parent or parents, which would be your own child, are going through a rough patch, you can enroll them in school, take them to the doctor without anyone questioning that you have the right to do that. Guardianships, I'm talking about during our family law week. We do family law the first week of every month, and it's technically not family law. I just like to talk about it in family law terms because that's what people think of. It's handled in probate court, which is the same place where you go to execute a will, getting the system involved for getting a house to where it needs to go, that kind of thing after someone passes away. But the reason it's handled there is because it's what we call a fiduciary relationship between the guardian and the ward, that person who is incapacitated. And that means that there's an extra level of responsibility that has extra safeguards in place with the courts so that the ward is protected, that ward being either the minor child or adult who needs assistance. Number two, let's talk about the fact that court involvement is required here. A lot of people might have their grandchild living with them because circumstances require that someone is taking care of them. But in order to get an official guardianship, court involvement is required. The only people technically who are legally allowed to have custody and control of a child, let's talk about children specifically, is their legal parents without court intervention. This means the mother. It's always the mother, and then the legal father. And I say legal father because in Arkansas, if you are not married to the mother when the child is born, technically you are not the legal father unless the court says that you are. That's a whole process too, and we can talk about that at a different time. But the mother and the legal father are the only ones technically who are allowed to have custody and control and make decisions for that child, unless a guardianship is actually signed off on by the court. If the mother or legal father are unable to take care of the child for whatever reason, the grandparent just can't take over with no problems along the way. If the child gets sick and needs to go to the doctor or hospital, a grandparent doesn't have any legal rights to approve care or treatment unless a judge has said that they do. Same thing with an adult. Even a parent of an 18-year-old with maybe a mental disability or an adult child of a person with dementia can't make decisions for that person without a judge saying that they can. It's a fairly detailed process. There's a lot of paperwork involved, but it doesn't have to be super complicated if you get assistance from someone, and the end result is just a little piece of paper that you can hand to anyone saying that you have the ability to make those decisions. So how can we help here at MyVirtual.Lawyer? Here at MVL, we love helping people. Brooke and I do this on a regular basis. Yes, it's our business, but we also enjoy our business. We enjoy helping people navigate the system in an easier way. And this is one of my personal favorite things to do, like I said earlier. I love guardianships and adoptions because that means I'm helping a client to help someone who's in need of that assistance. The process with the courts is, a little bit complicated. So having an attorney with you is extremely important. There are a lot of rules involved, a lot of paperwork, a lot of language requirements, things that may disqualify you from even being a guardian. So, one of the things that we do here is working with you on your time using technology and assisting you every step of the way. We've had judges tell our clients in guardianship cases specifically that they're the best prepared participants they've seen in their courtroom because of the legal work and detailed guidance that we provide. We're a little bit different than most law firms and most lawyers, and we like to empower our clients because they are going to court by themselves, but they're also paying a lower fee than traditional attorneys would charge. So just to wrap up a little bit, thank you very much for listening to me talk today about a very important and often misunderstood area of the law. If you want to talk to me about any needs related to guardianships or adoptions, please book an appointment with me on our website, MyVirtual.Lawyer. And I'll also place my calendar link in the comments below. But we appreciate your time. We hope that you're having a good Tuesday and a start to February. I know 2021, I'm very hopeful for this year because last year kind of sucked for a lot of people, including myself, just, health issues and all that fun stuff. So, but we thank you as always, we thank you for joining us. Join us next week at 11:30. Brooke will be here to talk to our small business owners or people who are thinking about starting a small business. And we'll be here at 11:30 next Tuesday. And we hope you have an excellent week.